good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Barra, and we are here to discuss some wrestling. Hope all of you are having a great one. Have you catch this whenever you catch this. Now, again, your boy's a little bit behind the curve. That doesn't mean that we are not going to be discussing, all right, the worst show on television, okay? Monday Night Raw. Now, speaking on August 10th, 2026 Raws, as I will always state, the show is not worth 15 minutes. The show is not worth an hour-long breakdown. So we are going to be getting to NXT. There will be some very in-depth conversations about that NXT locker room and the future of this company. All right, now, if you want to do me a quick favor, if you want to invest, all right, your faith, all right, and your commitment in a small little backwater underground YouTube channel, all right, that like button, I would bang that bitch, bang that like button, subscribe. Maybe you save that for later, Maybe the like button's a bit of an appetizer. Subscribe button's a bit more of an entree kind of a situation. I'm digging it, Maybe you even leave a little comment for dessert, okay? Listen, this Raw, it offered nothing. It offered nothing to anybody of any substance. And we can talk on the small saving graces because, of course, in a fucking building filled with hundreds of world-renowned talents, there will be some saving graces, all right? First saving grace that I can really think about is Oba and Braun are doing very, very good television. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with all of you, right? That separation spot where everyone just waits ringside or like hides under the ring until like somebody drops a pin or gives the fucking yellow flag or whatever for them to all start like, pouring from under the ring or wherever all those fucking people come from. That's just magically not in camera shot. You know what's so funny to think about? All the people who are in this audience, right? Who have to watch that shit live and go, what a bunch of marks. What a bunch of fucking morons literally creating a shoot lumberjack match just to fucking surround these guys. And you could just give them promos. Like, is the idea that like neither of them want to talk? Is that the idea? Because if that's the case, then why isn't Braun speaking to a general manager? Why does he just have like a bone to pick with Paul Heyman? Paul, for the most part, who's just kind of doing his job. You know what's so funny? I like to believe there's a little bit of kayfabe that's still alive that either influenced Brock to essentially work over Paul Heyman in that retirement, or there's enough kayfabe that's still alive to where Paul Heyman's seen that with no interactions with Brock and went, oh, I'm stuck here because he's already told me he's doing Minnesota in SummerSlam. So now I have to play fucking 6D chess with the creative room to make this make sense. Never did. Paul Heyman is just watching the Vision piss their fucking, piss their screen time away. I promise you by this time next year, if Austin Theory doesn't get his shit together, there will be no more Vision. Logan Paul is going to be stuck doing Prime Cart ads again at your fucking, at all of your detriment. Because truth be told, I stopped tuning into this motherfucker a long time ago. Stopped warranting my eyes. All right, my soul couldn't take the weight, all right, of this morally bankrupt, creatively dry company. And I like to believe wholeheartedly that there is some kind of plan for Braun. But if that's the case, again, you sit that nigga in front of a general manager. You give me an actual one. You actually give me a first contender match. Maybe these niggas have the cojones to build towards a Survivor Series, Oba and Braun, a first contender match for Roman or whatever. But even in that, Oba has already won the King of the Ring tournament. If you weren't gonna make Oba the champion after SummerSlam or at SummerSlam, there was no point in him being in the tournament. Everybody else said that. They did that shit anyway. Now, if Oba and Braun are gonna have a clean, old-fashioned, somebody has to eat a pin, brother, if they're gonna have one of those, then what are we doing? Is Braun just gonna what? Is he gonna lash out and kill the Vision after losing to Oba? Because even after he does that, let's look at the roadmap. Let's use the Unreal logic, right? Well, what happens after? What happens after? That's the famous question that got Road Dogg fired. What happens after Braun kills the Vision? Does he just have a feud with Austin Theory? Austin, by God, Theory? Or do we start putting Braun in front of the other monsters, like Jacob? Is that what we do? Because Jacob is also a very big positive for tonight. Surprise, surprise. I swear it's like the trios of Oba, Braun, and Jacob. It's right there. It's right there, and I think they're aware of that. They're trying to figure out how to utilize it, because that's a generational fumble. To fuck up Oba and Braun. A Steiner who was gifted the keys to the Federation Castle. A Steiner! That's a generational fuck up. So I don't know if they have a roadmap. I don't know if they have a roadmap for Braun. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't. If you want Oba to beat Braun, what does Braun do after? He kills the Vision. Then what? Goes after a mid-card belt? He hunts down Trick Williams in the United States Championship. Arg. Read dead ass? The most you niggas can give me right now is Ilya Dragunov. And maybe it's some shit like Braun needs to go against the most hard-hitting, cutthroat nigga in that locker room, and Ilya's music hits and the crowd takes a loud gasp. I don't know. Because Braun has to do something after this Oba loss. Because, trust me you, if this will be an old-fashioned match like it should be, then there's no question about it. Braun is eating the pin. Great story. Amazing visuals. I love everything about this story. But then you also have to acknowledge they seen how white hot Oba was. They looked over at Braun, the golden boy. Little Icy over there. Little Aubrey. Little six. I mean, it is genuinely unfortunate, but when you look at the facts, this can only benefit Braun. But Braun has to. Not might. He has to win in losing. He has to pull a Chad with Americano Grande. He literally has to pull a Chad Gable Americano Grande. That's the only option here. You have to win in losing. I don't know. Or maybe genuinely you give us a fucking best of 5 Chad and Braun. That's not a bad idea. Braun and Chad, or maybe Braun going to Mexico, having that nigga Undertaker as his mentor. Who knows what Braun could get right now? He has to do something after this Oba feud, though, because I'm telling you all right now, it will not be a first contendership match where Oba Femi, the King of the Ring winner, who just gave up his right to a championship match, just loses a first contender. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So whatever they do for Braun, it needs to mean something. It needs to fucking matter, and realistically, it won't. Just realistically, it's not going to. We can touch on the cons, all right, which unfortunately might make me bleed into like 11 or so minutes, but it's fine. Lot of cons. Lot of fucking cons. Yeah, unfortunately, one of these cons is LA Knight. They've done something with LA Knight, man, where it's like he goes out there, he says things to the effect of Sammy that are just baseline true. He goes out there, he speaks in reality, and this creative team, they make it their mission to make him look like a condescending dickhead heel. He's barking down Adam Pearce. I mean, there is not a single piece of this night that feels cohesive, that feels like it wants to work. It's literally the Roman war on working meme. Nobody wants to work. I mean, they got Liv and Stephanie engaged in just nonsense. Like the most nonsensical stalemate I think I've ever met, or I've had to witness as a wrestling fan. They have been feuding since what? Last year's WrestleMania or this year's WrestleMania? Like, is no one else exhausted? Is nobody else simply exhausted? Becky Lynch is out here. That's great. That's what woohoo! Becky Lynch, big fan of Becky. Been a big fan of Becky for a long time. Why does she just get free reign to a world title match when Sol Ruka just came off of a pretty competent, pretty decent IC title run? Is it because that you guys have built no new stars in that company, and now you're reliant on a horsewoman to bring that title to where it should be? Either because Liv intentionally doesn't want to work, or because they're making it her character that she doesn't want to work. Either way, brother, it sucks. It sucks. Jey Uso starts out this night bitching and barking at Solo that he needs to join the OTC Oos. You need to get back in line with the OTC Oos. And in my head, I'm just telling myself, why are they so adamant on making men grovel at the feet of another man? It's like maybe in 2020 when everyone was in their house experiencing like their own individual psychosis, right? Maybe that would have made sense. But now, like you know, people have to like go home and like go to like they have to like go to 9 to 5s and come home from 9 to 5s, right? Like there's real life being processed in between these segments. Why the fuck would Jacob Fatu, somebody who is just in the world title run, agree to submit to Roman? Why? Why is Solo, somebody who is having a great babyface run right now, why is he just submitting? Why? Like, what? Why? Who does that benefit? I'm telling you, bro, they see genuine organic heat and they squander it. They fucking squander it. Man, I forgot what the fuck happens tonight, right? But Dominic Mysterio, he eats a shovel. But like Dominic Mysterio is practically getting put under the fucking Paul Catraz prisons as we speak. Anything he does in AAA is connected to a woman. Anything he does in WWE is connected to a woman. The guy doesn't have a character. He doesn't have any purpose in any of the stories that he's involved with because he's paper thin. They found a way, somehow, some fucking way, to make every single member of the Judgment Day paper thin. It's a talent. It's a gift that can only be given to you by the Greek gods of old. It's a horrible product. I think Shakespeare or maybe just maybe John Singleton, one of the best storytellers of all time. I think he watches these get submitted to whatever board approves these TV shows to go on air, and he weeps. He's weeping in his grave. Shakespeare is weeping in his grave. These stories suck. Even looking to Lyra. Let's look at what Lyra is doing right now, right? Somebody who just came out of one of the biggest matches for Saturday night's main event. What does she do? She's playing footsies with Sol Ruca for a belt Sol Ruca doesn't have. You heard me right. She is bitching and moaning and upset at Sol Ruca for things that Sol Ruca has no power over. Name drops Bailey again. Crowd murmurs for about half of a second. Like, these guys, man, they have some of the best talent in the world, and then they tell them to go out there and just shit their pants. Go out there, shit your pants live, and it'll work. Somehow it does. Somehow these guys shit the bed and it works. I've never ever seen any shit like it. Wish I was joking. Wish it was a pun. I wish that was some kind of double entendre. It isn't. It fucking isn't. Big Cass comes out here. He's supposed to be a big part of the night. He sucks. He sucks. I mean, he comes out here. I think Royce Keys has a match with Dragon Lee. Don't know why, but he does. Then after the big strong guy rolls out of the ring, Big Cass throws around Dragon Lee like, wow, you niggas can't book a match for shit. How do you think that makes Big Cass look? Do you think it makes him look like a big strong heel? Or like a little girl? That's what it looks like. It looks like Big Cass seeing that the big strong guy went away, and he went, okay, now is my time to strike. Oh, and then to make things worse, he's feuding with Javon Evans, one of the biggest, bounciest motherfuckers on the planet right now. Because that's smart. Yeah. It's a shame. You know, he could have at least been like a mid-card contender in AEW. Definitely not AEW national champion. Fuck no for a TNT champion. But something relatively decent. This shit, the lack of pops, the lack of crowd giving a fuck. Javon telling everyone he's tired of losing to probably get put in a feud where he's gonna be getting, fucked over in like a low blow or I don't know, like a turnbuckle spot or some shit. Like, I'm just honestly, every single thing about this Raw, it encapsulates the problem with it. Nobody back there gives a fuck. Nobody. They go out there, they parade around like they care, and then they give you horseshit matches at horseshit quality, and then your main event is just like it's Chelsea Green, Alexa Bliss, and Tatum Paxley. Are you niggas serious? Is this nigga serious? I don't even want to talk about this main event, right? Solo essentially gets fucked over by Jacob. That's like the whole story. He tries to ask LA to watch his back. LA tells him to go fuck himself. So LA Knight, again, acting like a heel as one of your biggest faces on his third year in the company. Real intelligent shit from you niggas over there. Really intelligent. He basically goes out there. He gets fucked over by the Bloodlines. Bloodline slop. The finish for this main event in August of 2026 is Bloodline slop. I'm not moved. I'm not entertained. I don't think any of you should be either. I think that this is a poor show. It's a poor product. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that Zilla Fatu of all niggas, that guy found a way to outdraw internet and online engagement on a Tuesday. It's not like he said something on Monday night. It's not like he sent some feelers out there. Just popped up Tuesday. The NXT crowd might as well have seen Stone Cold Steve Austin in the flesh. Almost like, what, like 4.9 fucking million internet impressions. Like, literally put them niggas on Raw to shame. How do you think Liv Morgan feels knowing that there's more anticipation and more creative opportunity for Zilla Fatu and not her as your women's world heavyweight champion? It's sad, man. It's sad. Like, it's like, from the bottom of my heart, the way that they treat these women is depressing. The way that they, you know, shuffle off Chad Gable to the side. Hey, Chad, you just had one of the biggest matches of the year, arguably of luchador history. Here's an IC belt. How about you get to wrestle the GM of AAA because there's nobody else here for you to wrestle? Doesn't that sound great, Chad? And, you know, truth be told, you know, we're going to touch on NXT. The depth of that NXT locker room, not that good. It's not. Callie Armstrong, very impressive. Mason Rook, very old school. I'm not gonna hate on Mason Rook. They got Charlie Dempsey in that locker room. On a good week, they'll call in Nathan Frazier, Axiom. On a bad week, they'll call in Tyler Bate. The amount of talent that sits in that locker room at any point in time that they just completely just shrug their shoulders at. We don't know what to do with Saquon Sugars. Yeah, but we don't know what to do to Jada. We don't know what to do with Jada Parker. We don't know what to do with her. What's up? Silly us. But then you niggas bring in a Samoan, right? Direct blood cousin of Roman Reigns. Then at the end of his segment, he throws up the ones. Sick, nasty, demented, espionage-like moving from these niggas. And it's obvious. It's obvious. Now, Zilla Fatu, he has had good matches in the past. Unfortunately, between me, you, and the upload bar, that nigga don't belong on LFG. Nonetheless, NXT. But I guess I don't know donkey dick from horse shit, right? I don't know. He interrupts this match between Max Santana. That was your hype here and there. Hey, your hype was here, Max. Your hype was here, Max Santana. Your hype was here. Now it's there. Hey, Grayson Waller. Hey, that was a real nice work shoot you did on us the other week, kid. How about you eat this Samoan spike? Huh? Put some ice on it, buddy. You're gonna be out for a while. I wish I was joking when I said that this company doesn't give a fuck about anybody it books or anybody it tries to, you know, actually give some airtime to. But if you people think that there's like an actual roadmap, like I forcibly had to carve out of fucking obsidian with Braun Breaker, there's no roadmap for Zilla. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna go up against niggas like maybe, I don't know, the big, not even Mason Rook, whatever big nigga you could find back there that's been sitting on the bench, swearing up and down he needs an opportunity. Zilla's gonna smack him around for a good 2 weeks. Then we may get a stare down between him and Mason. Tony Davanci, Tony Soprano. That's who he's gonna go for and probably get the championship before relinquishing it or losing it to wherever the fuck he wants to lose it to, and then moving on to SmackDown. Telling all you niggas right now, Zilla Fatu will not see a second of Raw airtime. That's because they at least halfway care about what airs on that Raw show. Zilla Fatu needs work. Simple as that. Simple as that. I wish these were more fun. I wish these were more fun, but they aren't. They aren't. Yeah, these shows have grown increasingly draining, and that's why, you know, we push things together now, A lot less segregation in our wrestling shows because, oh boy, imagine me trying to get 30 minutes out of Raw and Raw alone. It's a depressing reality. I wish to not think about it. That was everything that your boy had for August 10, 2026 Raw and August 11, 2026 NXT. A lot of things going up, including One Piece, SmackDown, Collision, maybe a little Ring of Honor. Who knows what I'm thinking? Or I'm a crazy guy. I'm a kooky guy. Can't forget Dynamite. All right. So hope all of you stay hydrated, stay healthy, however you catch this, whenever you catch this. All right. And as I always say, all right, hope all of you stay tuned, stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.